Hi, everybody. Like I said, make sure you guys share this. I'm going to go ahead and hop right into it. Happy International Women's Month, first of all. I'm joined with some beautiful women here that are here to talk about fitness, to talk about health, to talk about wellness. I'll start by introducing myself. My name is Malaysia Jordan. I'm the owner and head certified personal trainer of Movement by Malaysia. Again, I'd like to thank each and every one of you guys who are tuned in virtually with us, who are joining us tonight for our virtual wellness panel, which will be discussing topics around setting goals, mental health, body positivity, and exercising during the pandemic. As I mentioned before, I am a certified personal trainer and group instructor. I promote physical and mental well-being in unison, rather than it being two different things. Personally, I don't like the word fitness. I prefer to use the word movement because I feel like fitness scares a lot of people. And I feel like movement just encompasses so much. It can either be a full cardio workout or it could be you just going up and down your stairs. So I promote movement of any kind. I specialize in offering private personal training, accountability coaching, and customized fitness program. I specialize in working with healthy individuals, those with fitness challenges who want to enhance the quality of life, improve health-related physical fitness, and of course, promote lasting health behavior change. So that's a little bit about me. And the reason why I'm holding this fitness panel is I want to really redefine and change the stigma around fitness. I feel like over time, fitness has become something that people just look at for losing weight, but they don't see the all the benefits that can come. So my vision with these panels are to bring experts in front of people to really educate them on the real benefits of movement and how to really gain the results they are looking for, and of course how to stay motivated while doing so. I feel like there is so much misinformation out there and miscommunication that are leaving people feeling alone on their journeys. So I decided to bring some real authentic information, facts, and tips to you guys to help you guys on your journey. Each one of us are real people. We are real women. We have real lives and we have real problems. So we are real. We're just here to give you authentic knowledge and get you guys ready. So I'm going to go ahead and allow both of my panelists to introduce themselves, tell you guys who they are, what they do, and their brand's mission. I'll start with Noel.
Hey, can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Awesome. Well, my name is Noreal. I go by Nori. I am a Beachbody consultant. I do fitness coaching. Unlike the fabulous Miss Malaysia, I am not a certified personal trainer, but I do get trained by personal trainers. And our goals within our system is to learn to have a new mindset about yourself, to love yourself first, so that everything that comes after it will flow naturally. The things that are some key components of what I do is promote a way of living by eating what you like that is within the realm of your goals, moving and getting your fitness in line with whatever your goals are. So if you're wanting to improve your heart rate, if you would like to, get rid of the stigma around what your body looks like, because everybody is beautiful in your own way. But, there are items that, even about myself, I'm still working on because I want them to be better. And so with that, we like moving, we like eating, and we kind of put them together in a personalized way for you. And so that has really helped me during this pandemic. And I hope to, partner with more women and men, because we also have things where you can gain weight or, get your muscles up. So I'm just really excited to be here. I always tell people I'm a jack of all trades, master of none. This what happens in this fun time is I just enjoy working on myself. And with that, I take that with me into my IT world. I'm an IT professional as well, but fitness is fun for me. Fitness is what I enjoy doing. And so, yeah, I'm just really excited to dig deeper into this because, like Malaysia said, fitness sometimes scares people. So the movement, all you have to do is just move, and once you get moving, you get eating. then you have no problem after that.
Thank you. Thank you. And Rhonda, can you tell us who you are, what you do, and your brand's mission?
Yes, first I want to thank you for inviting me to the panel tonight. I'm so honored to be here. My name is Rhonda. I'm located in Memphis, Tennessee, and I provide a meal prep service. As far as fitness goes, I'm not a personal trainer. I do enjoy working out. I work out every morning. At first, when I first started, to be honest, it was for, to lose weight, but then all the benefits came, like you said. So I do try to encourage my clients to work out. I'm always a phone call or a text away. But however, I provide weekly meals and snacks and options and just give advice to help people live healthier. I try to teach people how to have a healthy relationship with food. I feel like people feel like if they're dieting or if they're cutting back, like they could never do something as simple as eat a cookie again. So I always try to teach everybody the 80-20 rule. Like you want to eat good 80 to 85, close to 90%. But, if you have a cheat day or just say if you're going to a function, I try to teach people how to balance out what to eat, when to eat it, how often, what not to do. So that's what I pretty much buy. Kind of like just an overall health coach, pretty much, even for mental, because a lot of it's just not always about food,
Absolutely.
And it's pretty much what I provide.
Thank you, Rhonda. And Linette, can you tell everybody who you are, what you do, and your brand's mission?
Well, thank you for inviting me as well. My name's Linette. I am a certified personal trainer and a group fitness instructor. I don't have a brand right now, it's just me, but I do right now. I just work at the Y and I teach a variety of classes. And I think going off of what Rhonda and Noreal said, it was the same thing. Like my mission, or I should say, is more of like empowering women and just helping other women, be their better versions of themselves. So basically fixing their crown, fixing my own crown, right? But also the first thing I tell my clients is, how do you feel? Like, the way you feel is like the first thing important. Don't worry about, of course, yeah, we all have goals and things that we want to achieve, but the main thing is, how do you feel? And once you feel good, everything else will follow through. That's kind of the same way I feel. And going off with Rhonda, everything in moderation, balance. I definitely go with the 80-20 rule. I should go more with the 90-10, but I do tell everybody about the 80-20 rules. It's all about balance,
Thank you. Thank you so much. And so I would like to thank our audience again for joining us. This is not a new conversation, or these are not new topics, but this is definitely a safe place for us to have those. And we're just here to give you guys actionable tools, knowledge, and just to help you guys grow. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and jump right into the questions. I'll just ask each of you it. So can each of you speak briefly about your wellness journey and how it began and how it influences your current work? I'll go ahead and start with Linette.
All right. So I've always been into fitness or nutrition since I was a teen. I think as a teenager girl, being with your friends, peer pressure, self-image, all that. That's where I really started going on a diet, quote unquote, but obviously there was so much that I didn't know. But I started self-image, and that's kind of where I started. And then I did start losing weight or whatnot, or starving myself. But once I started actually being healthy, when I was 1 year, I was just homeschooled, and I actually learned about macros and calorie counting and calories in, calories out. But the main motivation for me at the time was watching my family and seeing how they're going through different illness, diabetes, and high blood pressure, and obesity was starting to, most people were getting overweight. And I was just like, my parents were young, my grandparents are young, and honestly, my grandmothers, none of them passed it away. None of them lived past 60. So that's my motivation is this happened young. I'm at 15, 16, and my parents are in their 30s and dealing with that. That's going to be me in a few years. So that's kind of why the feel good motivation is why I always go by. So that's kind of where I started that my focus. I've always been there. Then I actually started my fitness as a Zumba instructor at age 18. So that was my first job as a Zumba instructor. And then college got in the way, or, not in the way, but focused more on that. And then it was just been on and off. And then I went to school originally for pharmacy, and then I did my biochem major and then degree. And then after that I was like, what now? I really don't want to do pharmacy. I want to do something I really love and passionate about. I went back to school, got my certification, and the rest is history. So that's kind of what I literally live by. My job, my career is my life, basically.
That's beautiful.
That's awesome. I love
I don't
that.
feel like I'm ever working, so.
That's beautiful. Nori can go ahead and tell us. Speak briefly about your wellness journey and how it affects your work.
Well, for me, I was always the skinny one of my obese family. I was always the one, they would make jokes about when I was younger, that I was so small and so skinny. And I had these really, they called them Tina Turner arms, because I was really skinny, but my arms are really cut. And so for a long time, I felt like, I'm the exception to the rule. I'm not going to get big like my family. And that carried with me, I had no intention of ever being a gym rat. That's what I call myself. I had no intention of being a gym rat because I didn't have to be, until I started having kids. And the first thing that rang true to me was depression. I wasn't focused on the way I looked. I was so comfortable in myself that I didn't even see myself gaining weight. So the first thing that was off to me was something's not right in my feelings. I'm not feeling right. And so I expressed that to a few of my family members. And of course, it was not taken seriously. And so I didn't take it seriously. I thought I was being dramatic or, just being overbearing, because that was after my first child. And so I dismissed it until leading up to having my child. They were like, your blood pressure is really high. And so we might have to induce you and this and that. And so I went along with it. It's my first child, but I still didn't take it seriously because I kind of snapped back really quickly. So when it came around to having my second child, I did things exactly the same. I ate what I wanted. I was not active. I actually, at a certain point, had gained so much weight that my blood pressure was so bad, I was bed rested at 28 weeks, to where I was working from home. I had to have surgery because I don't know, the doctor explained it, but I grew a cyst because I was so overweight and pregnant. So it just started to take a real mental toll on me, to where I told myself, after you have this baby, you can't have another one until you get right physically. I still, didn't know where to begin though. It wasn't really until I couldn't fit my clothes anymore. It was like, okay, you can't fit anything. I've been wearing a lot of these jeans, high quality jeans since high school, college, that now you're not fitting them, the shirt, everything. I didn't even know what size I wore anymore. So I had to really make a change. And when COVID hit, I had to do a lot of virtual recordings to teach people in my IT career how to set up at home. And they're still public right now, but looking at that video, I was like, am I really this big? And that was something that was like, okay, you have to make a change. You have to make a change. And so for me, it influences me because I know where I was at, I know where I got to, and I know I'm not an exception to the rule anymore. I have to stay active, and I actually enjoy it. I enjoy it.
Thank you. That was beautiful. And Rhonda, can you speak briefly on your wellness journey and how that influences your work?
Yes. So my wellness journey was, of course, influenced by family. My father, who is deceased now, had a lot of health issues, and they were all pretty much pertaining to diet and just lack of exercise. So when I turned 30, he used to always tell me, how your dad is like, baby, you're a pretty girl, but you got to work on your weight, because I was heavy. I think my heaviest, I was probably 215. And, you know, I didn't take him serious, but before he passed and just seeing the health issues that he had, it made me get serious about my health and my weight. So now my journey has been maybe about 7 years. And as far as work, I'm gonna be honest, I never in a million years imagined that I'll be helping people with their health and fitness. I just had no idea I would. How I got into it basically was a friend was asking what I was doing because they were seeing so much weight loss. But I really wasn't, I was focused on weight loss, but I just focused on overall health. So however, the way it affects me every day now, I really don't feel like I have clients. I really feel like I'm helping family and friends because I started off with family and friends. And then your clients, you stay with you so long, they become friends and family. So it's kind of like you said, I'm never not working or don't feel like I'm working because I'm always a phone call or text away. You know, I meet with them, sometimes just discuss how they feeling about, you know, carbs, protein. That's all the in shape guys. You know, they kind of require a little more than trying to lose weight. But other than that, I'm just glad to be able to actually give back and help my community, you know, just because it's a lot of people just really don't know certain things. They just don't have a clue. I mean, I didn't have a clue. So I really, 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 really love that, like this panel, you know, just sharing and hopefully everybody's watching and learning. So as far as every day, and it's crazy because just being out grocery shopping, buying all the vegetables, they always strike up conversation. I just think that's so interesting. Do y'all think that's funny? Like you go to the store or you eat something bad, nobody asks you nothing, but you got a bunch of vegetables, everybody, what you doing? I just think it's funny. So I pick up clients that way. So I'm like always working. So I'm always out community grocery stores. And it's funny because sometimes people ask for healthy recipes or whatever while I'm out. So I feel like it just helps me help everybody as a whole. I feel like, I don't know, like I'm kind of like just almost saving the world. You call like, hey, I need you to help my cousin that just got diagnosed diabetic and and I just know you can turn this around. And it really makes me feel good to have somebody come, you know, because it's scary when you go for your physical and they give them a list and this and that. Sometimes, like when I first started, it will blow my mind. I'm like, oh my God, okay, well, you know, in my mind, I'm thinking, well, let's see what we can do. So it feels so good when you have somebody call back, you know, to thank you for just helping them getting off medication for just something as simple as changing the way they think about food and making better decisions.
Yeah. Thank you so much. We'll go ahead and hop right into the next question. As we all know, we all just still kind of emerging out of this pandemic. It really defined fitness for so many people, especially them having to be forced in home. So what are the best ways to stay active while staying safe at home? And if they're going to facilities, what are some good ways to stay safe? I'll go ahead and start with Rhonda for this one.
Let me unmute, ladies. Well, Miss Malaysia, I'm gonna have to agree with you with movement. Just get up and do something. Before COVID, I was getting up 4 a.m. in the gym with my CrossFit family, 5 a.m. every morning. Since COVID, I have not been to the gym. And I'm gonna be honest, you know, when COVID first hit and, you know, everything was canceled, you know, it was scary. But keep in mind, I said I would physically get up, go to the gym. So for a minute, I didn't do anything. Then only lasted for so long. Then I started telling, like, with my mental space, how I was feeling. You know, it's just a difference. So I feel like since we are in COVID, or pandemic, it's getting better, however you want to put it. Just try to stay safe. Like, if you're gonna be at home, just do something. Everybody loves to order off Amazon. Look at their stuff. I mean, hey, something else put in your shopping cart. You have resistance bands, you have weights, kettlebells, dumbbells. And really, to be honest, look, we fitness people, movement people. You don't even need all that. If you just get up and squat, standing right there in place, some push-ups. I mean, you know, people struggle with push-ups, so that's a good challenge anyway. It's a personal challenge you can do. You know, jog around your neighborhood. I mean, you know, it's kind of, it's for sure more mental than anything, you know, just getting up, getting the day started. Like, so since COVID, like I said, I have not physically been to the gym. I miss my gym family terribly. However, during the pandemic, I have built my home gym more. So every morning I get up, and now my puppy is my accountability partner because he's always looking for me by a certain time. And if I'm not up, he is whining. So I think that's kind of funny how they worked out, even though he's sniffing out everything before I get started. So for sure, like I say, in the mornings, or just try to keep some kind of routine. Because not going to the gym has kind of been a struggle, because I was trying to figure out, like, well, when do I want to get it done? You know, since you don't have your human accountability partner, you're like, oh, I can, maneuver. But that doesn't work out. So I say, find a time, stick to it, commit to it. And I mean, it's just that simple. I feel like once, 4 to 6 weeks, a new habit. So now I am I'm about a good 2-3 months strong. And I got a new indoor cycle for Valentine's Day. So I'm really excited about that for cardio, because I like to lift weights. I'm not a cardio girl, but you have to have both,
Balance. Thank you. I definitely agree with you. Linette, I'm going to ask you this question. And you work in a facility, so can you speak briefly on how to stay safe while exercising in the facility?
Well, I can tell you, like, I can share with what we follow at our facility. Well, to be honest, just like Rhonda, I've gotten my own routine, even though I'm a trainer. Like, I don't do my weights at home. I mean, at the gym, I work out at home. Like, I have my morning routine. I like to do that, but I love people when it comes to group fitness. I love dancing. That's one of the formats I teach, and that's my favorite format. So definitely I needed my studio back. But what we do, we have little sanitizing bottles. So making sure that, just wiping everything before you touch and after. I always tell people, you hope that someone before you already wiped the machine. If not, making sure you wipe that, so that way there's no prints or, traces of that. So wiping just the machines down. Also, just spacing out and just, keeping that social distance. Luckily, we have enough machines that we get to block every other machines. That's how we're keeping safe. Sanitizing, and the rooms were about, now we can be 6 feet, but we were just until recently, but we were 10 feet apart. So, I mean, it is hard working out high intensity workouts with a mask. So that's completely optional. And I get it. I did a 1 week, teach 6 classes, and I felt like I need more than the weekend to recover after with a mask. But, there's some people who are very determined, and they do their mask, they have it. And luckily our facility, we do have a room provided with some cardio machines just for mask only area. So those are some of the protocols that we're taking. So just honestly sanitizing the machines before you, after, sanitize your own hand, washing your hands after, before and after as well. And, just doing the best that we're all doing the best that we can at our part. So.
Thank you. And Nori, what are some best ways to stay active while at home or at a facility?
So I actually do both right now. If I can't, the kids, if I have to skip a morning, because I had to set a schedule. I was not one who could say, oh, I'm just going to go sometime in the day. I had to set a morning schedule. And so I started out with working out at home. As I mentioned, I'm a Beachbody consultant. And so in the beginning, I was very intimidated by the workouts because I wasn't ready. And so this is not a plug or a promotion, but I don't know if you guys have seen on YouTube the Beyonce Get Me Bodied choreography thing that she did with the elementary students. What I have always been is a dancer. And so I just had to find out, what is my strength? What can I do within my realm? I wasn't focused on the food part. I just needed to get the movement part going, break the ice on that. And so that was like a, 4 or 5 minute thing. And I would do that for 15 minutes, after 5 minutes, start it over. After 5 minutes, start it over. But then once I got my endurance up, I started doing workouts at home through my Beachbody subscription. And then going down to the gym, we also have the solution. So here in my apartment community, there's elliptical, there's a treadmill, there's weights, there's a bench. And so I just spray it before I start, and then I spray it after. I still try to go, since it's so small, I try to go when there's nobody there. If there's somebody there, I come back. But I know that's, not realistic for all community fitness centers or even public fitness centers. So just keeping your hands sanitized, because we don't realize how much we touch. Doing in the beginning, my arch nemesis was burpees. So I didn't realize how dirty my hands were. So keep your hands clean, because you're touching all of that stuff, and then spray it down after you, just as a courtesy to other people.
Thank you so much. Rhonda, did I ask you that question yet? Okay, good. So for me, I've been going to the gym, but I've been teaching people mostly through the online platform. And what I found is people are just when they don't know the procedures to follow, then they get a little bit scared. If you go into the gym and you always have a procedure that you follow, you go in with your hand sanitizer, which machine you're going through, how the facility is operating, what their precautions are, then most people are comfortable and they feel safe. I have run into people, who just a little bit scared about getting back in there and getting around people. But, I always encourage them, as long as you follow those safety precautions, even outside of the gym, it still pertains about wearing the mask and washing your hands. So whether that's outside the gym or in the gym, you still need to follow the precaution to make sure you're safe. And the best tips I can say about staying active while staying at home, like each one of you ladies said, it's about creating your own routine, figuring it out. It doesn't have to be, you going and buying an entire gym and creating that space in your home. It can literally be you buying a mat and you starting out with 10 minutes of movement. It could be you walking around your living room. It could be you going up and down the stairs. It could be you having a dance party with your kids in the living room. There's so many different ways to stay active at home. It's just finding what you want to do, what you're comfortable with, and what's going to keep you motivated. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next question. So how does activity relate to mental health and body positivity? For this one, I'll go ahead and start with Nori.
Sorry, my mute was stuck there. So you said, how does fitness relate with mental health and body positivity? So for myself, the first indication that I needed to change my physical body was when I noticed that my mind was not right. I didn't know why I wasn't happy. I didn't know why I always felt like I was burdened. But once I had to really hone in on really checking on myself. So once I got to a place of feeling where my mind was off, I wasn't as happy as I normally am. I had to really ask myself, what really is the problem? And so with targeting my problem of feeling, I literally felt heavy. I felt tired all the time. And so that I had to say, okay, well, how do you change that? And thinking about fitness was like, okay, what else can I do? Because that's not what I want to do. So, but when you realize that you are literally in control of your happiness, and understand that if that's what you have to do to be mentally happy, is have your body feel better, have yourself to feel pretty or cute or lighter in my case, that really helped me. And I started with, I can't do it all at once. I couldn't do the long workouts. I couldn't do the strict eating. I just started with those few minutes of dancing because I know I love to dance. And so with that, as I started to get my endurance up, I could tell where, oh, okay, I can do more than 15 minutes now. I can do 20 minutes now. I can do 25 minutes. And so that achievement gave me a sense of accomplishment to keep going. Well, if I can do this, I can do that type of situation. And so once I would get to the end of a dance or at the end of a workout, I would just feel so accomplished that I could feel those happy endorphins. And I know you ladies know what I'm talking about, where you gets your blood pressure flowing and your heart pumping, and it just releases a feeling of happiness over you. And so slowly but surely, I started to overcome the depression that I was feeling as I started to realize moving isn't that bad. And I was such a girly girl. Sweating isn't that bad. It's not terrible. And so I got comfortable with myself. And then I was able to overcome so many other feelings of depression and anxiety with how I looked. And so I started to love and I'm not even where I want to be yet. While the weight is gone, I still need to tone, but I just feel so much happier with the fact that I worked to get here. And it just really satisfies me.
Thank you so much. Linette, how does activity relate to mental health and body positivity?
Well, first, Nori, is not sweat, it's sparkle, okay? So that's what you are, you're sparkling. But actually, I'm the opposite. So I've done all the physical, and I preached about it, you got to work on all aspects of your health, your mental, physical, whatever, So everything's important, right? I said it all connects. I was like just talking, but I didn't take a break for myself. So I was always working out, always teaching, always doing everything, but did not ever focus on my break or like taking a wellness day or, just kept going, And then before the pandemic, my actual 2020 resolution, which I was forced to do it now, but in the beginning, just like most of it, in the beginning, I was like, I need to incorporate more yoga and I just needed like do more stretching and just like that work on that mind. But of course, I still didn't listen. I remember January, February was just like crazy hectic. My supervisor at one point was like, you need to take a day off, right? Then pandemic came and this made all of us slow down, right? So obviously we're bored out of our mind. I'm like, I still got to keep my routine, and I was really good about it. But I also was part of this which I still am. It's called Turn Up, which is one of the dance formats I teach. So it's a dance fitness platform, but it also is an accountability group, and through COVID, a lot of things came out of it. And we actually practice a lot of the mental health. And I think when you even mention the word mental health, everyone gets scared about it and don't want to even talk about it. So that's kind of a topic that everybody's like, like they ignore it or they see something bad, which it really isn't, right? So for my mental health, we did a lot of meditation and we focus a lot on journaling. And let me tell you, journaling, I did not think I liked. I'm like, I'm not a writer. Like, no, like I'm not writing my feelings to who, like, what the heck, But honestly, like, I don't journal as much as I want to right now, but I do it once in a while. But like, it's different, It's just like we're constantly like having that conversation in our head, like having our thoughts. But I think when you write it down and you see it, it's a whole different game, and then when there's different prompts and if there's different, I mean, we can talk later on another time about about ideas about journaling, but when you come up with these topics and you write down things that you want to achieve and goals, and it's like, why not do it? And then looking at things that stopping you, literally because of that journaling is where my growth came in for 2020, and I'm like a whole different person. I think we all we're still not always 100% confident. There's always something that we're like, hesitating about. But honestly, that growth that I seen, it's come because I literally stopped to focus on that journaling and meditating, that mental aspect. But it does all connect. You can be physical, do everything else, focus on your diet, your fitness, but if you don't take time for that mental health, like it's going to catch up to you. You're going to feel exhausted, you're going to feel burnt out. So it is so much important as we do this physical work to put that mental. And sometimes, it could be as equal or sometimes even more needed than that physical work that we need. So and it doesn't have to be that the hobbies, the things that I mentioned. It could be any hobby that you enjoy, whether it's reading, listening to a podcast, sewing, I don't know, whatever, scrapbooking, watching TV, I don't know, just as long as something to get your mind out of that zone, out of the everyday routine, just zone out for a little bit. Because with all that, it does increase, you get better quality of sleep, your energy, your mood is much better. So there's so many benefits. And like Nori said, your endorphins are kicking in after you exercise. You never regret doing an exercise, you regret not doing it, but after you be like, dang, I'm so happy I got that workout, and you just feel a lot better. So I mean, I think we can continue talking on, but I gotta leave Rhonda to say something here.
That was perfect, Linette. Thank you. And Rhonda, how does activity relate to mental health and body positivity?
Well, I'm gonna agree with everything that said, pretty much. Well, pretty much what everyone said. As far as mental health, for sure, working out helps completely. So, as far as meal prepping, I also work in a dental office during the week. So, if I miss a workout, I can tell you I'm sluggish. I am so not ready for the day. I am just like the patients and I both looking at like, but if I have a workout, which is pretty much 5 days a week, right? Because I'm staying consistent. I'm ready. I'm pumped. I don't care if they're crying. I'm like, I can do this. We're finna get this done today. But if I miss a workout, whew, it's just not good. It's just not good for anybody throughout the day. I'm just sluggish, just kind of so I feel like I get a good natural high because, like I said, releasing everything, all the happy feelings, the sparkle, not sweat, right? And then I feel like I've earned my shower for the morning, and versus just getting about the bed, taking a shower, which we should do anyway. But it's just something about that morning sweat, getting it out the way. It's just, and I use that for my personal time too, like my mental state, because I feel like so much of my life is with somebody all day, every day, even though I love everybody that's in my life. But when I go in, I'm with my doctor all day. We like this all day, which is great. Then third party comes, then I come home, my family, weekends, my meal prep clients. So I look very, very, very forward to my morning, the hour for myself. I still try to work out with my families in the evening, to be positive. And I tried during the pandemic. It really wasn't working out because, everybody has a different idea what they want to do. And I'm like, so instead of being like that, I'm like, I just had to be honest and tell them, because, I feel like when it comes to mental health, like she said, everybody gets scared, we're scared to talk about it. But I had to come to a conclusion that, for me and my mental health, even though I miss my gym family, I'm glad I'm back solo with my workouts because they helps me with my own mental health, my thoughts, me getting out my own head. It could be something as simple as, and this might not be the best thing to say, but someone that probably got your nurse day prior, you can have a really good workout and think about them, especially if you have a punch bag like I do in the morning. It's just kind of like, hey, that's a good workout. But I'm usually generally so happy. I'm never upset about anything. So if it's one little thing, I try to ride on it for the workout, just to get the pump out the way. But as far as that, I feel like it helps mental health. And as far as the slow down, I'm so sorry, I'm tongue tied. As far as the slow down, I feel like it's helped us a lot to just be able to just woo-saw, because the go is so not healthy. And one thing she made me think about it when she was saying about the slow down and taking the days off. I feel like I probably should incorporate a yoga day in between time, because I remember like when I would physically go to the gym, we would train really, really hard and then have like a rest day in between. Not rest, but rest for us would be like yoga, like stretching, getting moving. And that's like so just like releasing, just everything. But I as far as like depression, can't sleep at night. Now I'm gonna tell you something that's funny. I actually have a few people I know personally probably have issues with like, depression, sleeping at night. And how you just talking like, oh, you should try to work out, or you should try to do this, you should try to do that. No, I tried that, really didn't help. And as soon as they go for a doctor's visit, that's what the doctor would say. I was like, well, I can touch you for free. Not being mean, but it does, it helps overall, everything, body movement, mental, detoxing with the sparkling, not sweating. People don't understand that. I mean, detox are good, but you're releasing a lot, everything. Sodium, help you increase your water intake. If you're not sweating, to sweat more. So you just can't go wrong with movement.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And I 100% agree. One of the main reasons I even became a personal trainer is when I learned about the benefits that fitness could have to mental health, when it can have to body positivity. I was like, wow, you're telling me that if I work out maybe even 10 minutes, that it can cause endorphins within my brain to be released. And then it can improve my fitness. It can improve my response time. It can improve my mood. When I realized that, it changed the reasons, my whys on why I do fitness. Because I feel like a lot of people, they have their whys if they want to lose weight and they die, but that don't keep you motivated. You have to find that real reason that will keep you motivated. And I realized that getting up and moving could just shift my day. Whether it's me sitting at, like, I have a job, I have to sit here for 8 hours. Getting up during your break and get to moving, you can come back in a whole different mood and you won't be ready to cuss nobody out. But it's just moving could literally physically, it has a physical effect, not something that we're imagining in our head, but there are biological chemical reactions happening within your body when you decide to move. So activity has been directly scientifically proven to improve your overall mental health. And of course, body positivity. I mean, you do it to make yourself feel good. I personally do fitness because I like to discipline myself. I like to challenge myself. I like the feeling of knowing that I have the control over myself in this moment. I can choose to give up or I can choose to keep fighting, but it's 100% my choice. And I also encourage people or clients that I deal with who have mental challenges, instead of you negatively taking that feeling out on yourself, let's go to the gym, let's go for a run, let's go for a walk, let's hit a punching bag, let's do something positive to be an output for those feelings, instead of you internalizing and doing something that might cause harm to yourself. So I'm going to go ahead and finish up with this last question here because I'm interested in each of your response. So how important is nutrition to you? And would you strongly suggest your clients follow a better diet to improve their fitness goals? I'm going to start with the meal prep queen herself, Rhonda.
Okay. Nutrition, sorry, I'm getting into it, is very, very important. As far as body goals and hidden goals, it's that intake. It is. I mean, like my youngest brother, when he first moved in years ago, I'm just going to give you a short story about how much I believe in that intake. So he was coming from our family. I already told you my dad had a lot of health issues or whatever. So I wasn't cooking for him. This is before I started meal prepping for other people. I was just working on my own personal journey, and he had so much like freezer items, like frozen food, which is not bad. But you had TV dinners. That's bad. Slot sodium, overly processed. I mean, everything was eat processed, but So I was breaking it down. I said, look, we have this in our family. I said, this is not a good. So anywho, however, I got him to change his intake. He didn't even work out. He has lost maybe over 60 to 70 pounds. And when people will see him, they're like, your sister's torturing you. She's not letting you eat. He was like, no, I eat a lot. And, they really didn't believe. It was like, people going to him. He's like, no, I don't work out. Like he's not like a, football guy or sports guy. So I still can't get him work out. My goal, before the pandemic, hopefully, once everything get back really normal, hopefully I can get him to actually go inside the gym in his apartment and I'll, work with one-on-one. Because sometimes people are intimidated when it comes to, gym. I get it. So I'm very big on that. Like when my clients call me, and their numbers aren't right when they leave their physicals, or everybody's on social media. So I'm seeing what they're commenting on, I'm seeing what they're sharing, I'm seeing what they're posting. I'm not overly aggressive, so I'm be like, hey, what are you eating? Hey, get that from out. Like I run to people in the grocery store and they'll be like, oh my God, were you looking at my basket? And I'm like, no, I'm sorry, guys. Had a phone call. So back to this, I'm very big on that. And I'll just tell them straight up, I don't want to turn anybody off, but if I've been working with them for a while and we're still not where we need to be, it's just time to go. I'm quite sure we've all had to have with our clients that uncomfortable conversation. Like, well, first of all, what are you doing in between what you're supposed to be doing? Numbers don't lie, results don't lie, and I've never been a thin girl. I'm stubborn, so I'm thick. But however, when you think about just, the positiveness of the body is like the shape and form. You know, when you think about stomach, you think about, you know, it's probably too much processed food. You look at all those bad carbs, alcohol, you know, all that bloat. So I am that's like my, and even with myself, I mean, like this week I have a gallon of water challenge going on myself, and I've been pretty good with it. But you know, I'm real big on that, and I don't try to push anything over on anybody else that I don't even do myself. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, if I can't do it, I'm not gonna expect somebody else to do it. But I am huge on that. It is like, because in this discipline, if you can't control what you put in your mouth, I feel like if you can't control what you put in your mouth, not saying your workouts are a waste. It's good for your mental health, but it'll take you further away from your goal. And then you just have to have some discipline. So I feel like starting with the intake is number one. Like how I really want a glass of wine right now, but I'm sitting here drinking my herbal tea. You know, you just, because it's not Friday. You just got to be honest with yourself. So I'm big on intake, huge on it. My family is eating a salad tonight, and I don't care what they think. It is.
Thank you, Rhonda. Nori, so how important is nutrition to you, and would you suggest a good diet?
For myself, I think I mentioned this already, but when I started working out, I already knew that I had no discipline over what I was putting in my mouth, Rhonda. I knew it. I just knew that was going to be the hardest part. And I got started and stuff. It took me like 5 months to really say, okay, you're not really losing that much weight. And it's probably because you're still eating chips, drinking pop, eating candy. You know, I wasn't one that always ate a bunch of candy, but chips and pop, that's my thing, you know? And now that I have the discipline, I'm able to properly have those items, just like, you know, with the wine. I have wine sometimes as well, but I needed something that was really strict. And so through my program, we have 2 different types of meal plans. And so one of them is for people like me who need to know this is how much vegetable you need a day. This is how much based on your caloric baseline, based on where you're trying to get. So I had to do all those measurements, calculate it all. Then I had to figure out, you know, well, what is my kcal? What am I burning just sitting here? And then what can I eat more of? And, you know, once I learned that, I had to learn how to actually cook vegetables, how to actually get fruit, like how to get fruits that are in season. And, you know, it's a whole thing because I wanted it just that bad. And once I did that, I think so it took me 5 months to say, you need to stop eating crazy. And it took me another 3 months to actually stick to my, what I do is ultimate portion fix. And so I had to stick to my containers, had to make sure, and when you look at it at first, it's like, I got to eat 4 cups of vegetables a day. I got to eat 3 cups, you know, but if you do it right, you can dress a salad up to look so pretty and fulfilling that it's so much tastier than a burger. Like, people probably think I'm crazy, but it's so much tastier than a burger because after I eat a burger, I'm instantly sleepy. I'm sluggish. I'm tired. I feel heavy again. And then it's not good for my digestive system. And so that was also an area where eating better helps your digestive system. And so I get around my family and they're like, well, can you eat this? Can you eat that? Yes, I can, because I'm determined now. I'm disciplined now to where I'm not going to beat myself up and go an extra hour in my workout for having a cookie. And I'm not going to feel bad about it, you know? So if you can do anything, like you said, Rhonda, just changing the way you eat will affect so much. Just throw a few more vegetables in there. Throw some natural sweet. You know, if you have a sweet tooth, natural sweet is the best sweet. It just metabolizes so much better. And carbs, there are healthy carbs. If you're one who you like toast, get whole grain toast. If you like chips, try Triscuits. Triscuits have so many different flavors. I had some before this call. So the nutrition is important, and Ultimate Portion Fix has really helped me a lot.
Thank you so much, Nori. And Linette, how important is nutrition to you? And would you strongly suggest that your clients follow a healthier living lifestyle?
Yeah, so when I get new clients, the first thing I tell them is nutrition is everything. So, like, you're coming to me, I'm a trainer, and obviously focus more on the exercise. But I'm like, since we're going with that 80-20 rule, I'm 20%, but then I'm only like really 10% or less of your journey. So don't expect miracle works with me, because you should be exercising more outside of me. And then you got to focus on that eating, So that's why I always go with that 80-20 rule with them. But nutrition's so important. Like the girls, they already said the importance of it, and the effects of it. But when you're exercising, you need to eat to fuel your workouts, and then you have to eat to recover. So it's a never ending cycle. So if you work out 5-6 times a day, you're constantly eating to fuel and recover. So that's one thing. So if you eat like crap, your workouts are going to feel like crap. That's the reality. But honestly, for someone who's literally starting, I would say start small. Make small changes, because honestly, if you try to change everything, like, okay, this is the new me, I'm going to exercise, I'm going to eat right, I'm going to do it, you're just setting up yourself for failure, because that's just too much for the normal human to try to change so much at a time. Either focus on your exercise first, and then add your nutrition, or whatever works for you, but one thing at a time. So for nutrition, okay, you know what, this week I'm just going to start adding more vegetables. That's my focus. And now you got that down for 2-3 weeks. Okay, not too bad. Let me add my fruits. You know what? Let me exchange my meats. Let me do less red meat and add in the turkey and, white meat there, So it's like little by little, you start making those changes. I mean, I can honestly tell you, like years ago in my teen years with my family, the way they're eating, and we're Hispanic and everything's so fat and juicy and delicious. So it was like, oh, good. So I was like, I can't eat this every day. But we went from, there's no white bread that comes in the house. Everything's whole grain wheat. There's barely any sodas, only when they're like, I don't drink soda personally. I have not, but they drink soda when they're out or whatever, but it doesn't come in at home. Juices, we reduced, the sugar, it's just so many little things, everyday little things that you eat and you drink, you don't realize how much the sugar adds up, how much the salt adds up, And then another important thing that I think we don't realize as much as for diet is water. Just increasing the water, if someone increased their water, they would realize how much weight they'll lose, because you're flushing all that those toxic out, So water is just as important as well. So it's kind of its own component on the side of nutrition, that's our diet, because you need that water to keep running, that salt that doesn't retain in your body and keep going. And like you said, that cleaning your gut out as well, moving and exercising together gets that organs going and the water as well. So I mean, it comes back into a full circle. But diet, like, and it's not diet, it's lifestyle, guys, right? That's what we all is lifestyle. But just like, I guess I'm throwing a plug here for Rhonda. Meal prep is important, guys. Go to your girl Rhonda. But honestly, I meal prep because it avoids temptations, one, throughout the week. Work, you're busy throughout the week. I know I don't have time out. I do the same every Sunday. I meal prep, same meal. I ain't got time to figure out what I want to eat. I put something in my mouth. This is delicious. Move on, next meal. 2, you're saving money because you don't have to worry about, and time. You don't have to worry about, oh shoot, it's lunchtime. I don't have anything to eat. I'm hungry. What do I get? And then temptations take you anywhere. You're thinking you have a sweet tooth or savory or whatever, you get the fries and burgers, when really if you just had a nice salad or whatever, it would have satisfied you. So, and going back a little bit about that mental health, like my hobby is making TikToks. Like most of us, but I do my meal prep now because people always ask, what do you eat? So I share my journey. I share my journey on social media. I've done, 2020 has taught me to just share on social media a lot more. So I do have more of a social media presence, but I meal prep and I share what I do it on Sundays. Here's what I'm eating for the week. Yes, I'm eating the same thing for lunch 4 days a week because I don't got time, but we can continue talking all day about this, but I'll end it here.
Thank you, Linette. And I'll just talk really, really briefly about it. I think a lot of people have to realize exercise alone is ineffective to you actually losing weight. A lot of personal trainers won't tell people that, but it's the truth. Exercise by itself is ineffective to losing weight. You have to be exerting as many calories or as much energy as you are intaking. You can work out an hour, but if you intake everything that you burnt off, you might as well have just sat on your couch for an hour. It doesn't make any sense. So just like Linette said, just like Rhonda said, just like Nori said, it's that 80-20 rule. Nutrition is so important if you want to do it. And just like they said, you have to take it in very small steps. You cannot realistically think you're going to give up cookies and ice cream and you've been doing it for 27 years. It's not going to happen. It's little bitty steps of taking things in, talking to your family, getting your family support, reaching out to people like Rhonda, who can sit there and help you meal prep for the week, or reaching out to people like Nora, who has our accountability group, who can hold you accountable, or even reaching out to people like Linette, who's going to be real about it with you and tell you the truth. So nutrition plays a big part. And if you're somebody who's out there and you just don't know where to do or where to start, reach out to one of these ladies. Don't be afraid, or don't let society make you think you have to be on this journey by yourself. You do not. We are all here to help you. That's what we do. That's what we love doing. It's what we take pride in doing. So before we go ahead and finish up here, I'll have each one of you guys kind of briefly tell everybody where they can find you on social media and your business name. We'll go ahead and start with Linette.
Well, I work at the YMCA here in Rockford, so that's where I do my training services and teach classes. But my social media is my name, Linette Rojas. I think both for Instagram and Facebook. I share a lot more on Instagram as well, and that's where you guys can find me for tips and stuff. And I'm also part of this other group, an accountability group called Turn Up. So that's another fitness platform that has an accountability group. If you're looking for some strong, empowered woman for encouragement, that works a little bit about more than fitness, and more of that mental health that helped me as well. That's another plug to get into as well.
Thank you, Linette. And Nori?
Yeah, so if you guys can see my name, I go by Nori, but you can find me on Facebook under Noreal Carroll. I'm on Instagram as ITZ_Nori, Norie. Most of my presence is on Facebook. I am a Beachbody independent coach consultant. And so we have exclusive groups that are in the Beachbody app, but we also have a Facebook group as well. On Sundays, we have our Sunday Soulful sessions so that we can kind of regroup over our successes and what we may have learned from the previous week from a certified personal trainer. And so you can reach me. We can get you set up. I do assist. I don't do meal planning, but I do assist with picking the right meal plan for you. And the certified trainers, they get you in order with your goals. And yeah, if you need anything, just please reach out.
Thank you. And go right ahead, Rhonda.
So you can find me on Facebook, Rhonda Goldie Freeman, and on Instagram, I'm Chef Rhonda 901. Feel free to message me. I have no problem helping you pick out a meal plan or prep, or helping you reach your fitness goals, or just giving advice and tips. I'm active on both. Even if you don't see me share much, I do share. I'm doing more on stories because I love how the 24 hours on, 24 hours off, because you just never know. I might be on, hey, working out, hey, I'm doing this, versus just flooding the timeline. So just reach out and ask any questions. I am available.
Thank you, Rhonda. And let them know the name of your business.
Oh, I'm sorry. Healthy Food Choices 901, and 901 because I'm located in Tennessee, in Memphis. Shipping coming soon. So therefore, just look for Healthy Food Choices 901. I'm keep that page up. I'm thinking about rebranding with my name since I will be shipping out. So it's Healthy Food Choices 901.
Thank you. And of course, you guys can find me at Movement by Malaysia. My website is www.movementbymalaysia, or you can look up www.malaysiaspersonaltraining.com. Right now, I'm only offering one-on-one online personal training. I do have a few slots open, so definitely go ahead and get into that. But pretty soon in April, I will be launching my online studio, which I will be hosting online virtual classes. So definitely be looking out for that. Again, I want to thank everybody who took the time out to watch us. We got some great comments going on. I just want to thank everybody. Take these tools, do it. Like I said, reach out to any of these women if you need to. Again, thank each and every one of these panelists for coming on. You ladies are amazing and beautiful. I wish you nothing but abundant blessings on your journeys. And we like to thank you guys, and you all have a great night. Bye, ladies.
Thank
All
you,
right,
Malaysia.
thank you
Have a
so
good night,
much.
Enjoy
everybody.
you, ladies.
Yes.